right, so we're going to connect up our accounts to QuickBooks Online, specifically our bank and credit card accounts, how we can do that. So let's go ahead and get started here. We're in the main screen as you log into QuickBooks Online. We're in the business view. So right away, we're on the Get Things Done. I'll show you how to get to where we can link an account from the Get Things Done dashboard. I don't advise it to do that. It's you got to do a few more steps to get there, but I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that. Real quickly, we go down here to review transactions. That always gets us into our bank feed. If you don't have anything connected, this will just pop up, and you notice over here to the right where it says link account. We can always link another account by just clicking on that. That'll take us to our screen where we can connect up the account. Again, I prefer doing the business overview to get to connect accounts because, as you can see here, real simple. We just go down here to connect accounts. Boom, it takes us right to our screen. You'll notice real quickly here, QuickBooks kind of shows the more popular bank accounts and credit card companies. And so if that's one of yours, you can click on that. You can always go down here to show more. And as you can see, you can connect up different ones here. You notice also for those that say have a PayPal account, you can always connect up PayPal as well. Some of the other third-party apps. If you don't see yours in the screen, you would just start typing up here, maybe a name of a bank, and all of a sudden it will show up down below here. Real quick before we move on, there may be a bank out there, maybe a community bank that doesn't show up in QuickBooks when you start typing it in. It's rare, but it does happen. QuickBooks has a great database of banks and credit card companies. But if that happens, you can always reach out to QuickBooks, notify them that a certain bank or credit card you were unable to get it for the bank fee. And unfortunately, if that happens, you won't be able to use the connectivity in QuickBooks Online, so you will have to just run that outside of the Connect, and that's what we talked about before, where it will show up as a non-connected account. But let's go ahead and connect up a bank and a credit card here to QuickBooks Online. Real simple. I happen to have PNC Bank, so I would just click on PNC Bank right away. Takes you to this screen, which tells you that Intuit is wanting to connect up with your bank, and so it will have to go to the login for your bank. So you would just click on continue. It goes to the login of your particular bank. And I'm going to go ahead and put my username and password in here. And then I just would sign on. Again, this is your bank's sign on. This is not QuickBooks. If my particular bank does have a question here that I have to answer in order to get into it, then I would go ahead and do that and continue on so that it can verify my identity here. We are now into all of the accounts that are showing up, and I have a bunch of accounts here. Now, I only want to connect up a few of these accounts, so I would just do the ones that I want to connect up here. If I have some personal loans that I don't want into my QuickBooks Online or personal accounts, then I would not connect those up. And so then I would go ahead and authorize that. If there's commercial loans, We can connect those up as well. You can click on those if you want to go ahead and connect those. So then you would just hit authorize, and it takes you to this. All done. And their link between QuickBooks and my bank is there. And so then I would just hit return to Intuit. And then now Intuit is actually connecting my bank account by going and finding the transactions. Here are the accounts that I want to go ahead and connect up. But before we can do that, QuickBooks makes me put in here the account type. If it's an account that is already set up, it will be in the drop down, but if not, you can always add a new one by going into this screen. Very important here to get this correct. This is a bank account, so I want to make sure this is set up as a bank account. And if you do these drop downs, you have two choices, bank or credit card. I want to make sure that this is a bank account, so I do. Detail type on the drop down, there are a number of different detail types. This happens to be a checking account, so I want to go ahead and click on checking. And then if I want to put a specific name, I would go over here and put in a name for the account. I suggest always putting the last 4 digits after that. So just say Einstein Checking, and if it's 1, 2, 3, 4. If you are utilizing the number system that is in QuickBooks, we looked at that in the account and settings where you can enable numbers for your accounting. You can put in the number right here. You can always put in a description for the account if you want to. And you can also connect up, if this is a sub account, to say a parent account. So we fill in the information. If it's correct, we just hit save and close. That's going to go there. So now we move on to our next one. So we got cash rewards business. Again, we need to add a new account here. This is a credit card, so we want to make sure it's in the credit card. And the type on credit card will always be credit card. Again, we can put in our name here. And I always like putting in the last 4. So just to delineate the card from another card. Again, we can put our number, description, whether or not it's a sub account. Sometimes with credit cards, you have what they call a parent-child relationship, where there will be subs underneath the main account. So if that is the case, if this was the main parent account, we would have it as the main one. And then any of the other accounts that we connect up here, we would click under sub account and then put it under this main account. Real simple to add your parent-child accounts within the credit card. So we just hit save and close, and then we have another one here, and you would do another add account credit card. It's a credit card, and we would just say this is Einstein 2 CC and 4503. Number, description, whether or not it's a sub account or child account. We would just hit save and close. This next part is very important. We get one shot at it, so we want to make sure this is set up correctly. Some banks will allow you to go back a long time to include years, and so you could go ahead and drop down and maybe do a custom if you need to bring in 2 years worth of transactions and your bank allows you to do that, you can do that. Some banks will only allow you to go back to the beginning of the year, so you would do that. In this case, my bank will only allow me to go back 3 months, and so I can only go back 3 months as far as transactions that will come across the first time I connect up with QuickBooks Online. Real important here, if you do need to get information from your bank greater than what your bank will allow you, you can always go on to your bank's website, and pretty much all of them will allow you to download what they call a CSV file or an Excel file, and you can download the transactions for the time period that you want, and then you would be able to upload those into QuickBooks Online to be able to have the transactions that are prior to what your bank will allow you. So in my case, this is the maximum available, which will go back 3 months. I just hit connect here, and it's now going to go out and grab all those transactions. So QuickBooks is doing its thing. It's pulling it in, money out. Everything's looking great, and it will show this screen here. Again, if you want to go ahead and review all those categories right away, you would click on Review Categories. It will take you right to that, and you're able to go line by line to make sure those are set up correctly. Now, in my case, I was able to do the bank and the credit card on the same download. You may not be able to do that, or you may have other, say, credit cards or bank accounts that you need to connect up now. You can just go right into link another account, and that will take you right back to the screen where you're able to look up your bank or your credit card company and go ahead and go through the process of linking those accounts. Real simple. If I just hit remind me later, it takes me now to my connected accounts. And if you notice here, there are 25 new transactions under Einstein, and I just need to go through that and review them, put the payees, categories in, and confirm them. And now I have more accounts that are set up here on my bank feed. So you can connect up a lot of different accounts here, commercial loans, credit cards, bank accounts. You can even do third-party apps like PayPal, and they will start showing up here on your screen. So that's it on connecting accounts. Real simple to use. And again, if your bank or credit card company does not show up on the list, or you're unable to download those from your bank, reach out to QuickBooks, notify them, make them aware, and hopefully then they will be able to add those to the bank feed. Their database is growing daily. So that's it for connecting accounts. We're going to move on in our next lesson and really look at the chart of accounts, go through that in detail, and really now get to the foundation of our accounting, which is the chart of accounts.
I got you. You don't know, but I've been watching.